everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you? So let's talk about this redo. First of all, yesterday I did stream to YouTube, and that stream is not there because it was horrible. It was horrible, that's all I can say. There was an Earth event, and that involved a lot of stress, and so I did not save that YouTube stream. However, I will show you some of the things that were important about yesterday's YouTube stream. Number one, this right here, see that thing that says rare finds in the marketplace? That is trade post for Minecolonies, the new mod that mods Minecolonies, the whole reason for Jalapari. And this is a new thing that's happening. And if you weren't here yesterday or something, wow. I could have sworn that was something flying in the room. If you weren't here yesterday, then you did not see us discovering that every day there is a new set of rare finds at the shops that belong to trade posts. So the marketplace pieces, this is a marketplace, which is a shop, and rare finds. And today we have onions, string, and moss brick. Now if we wanted, we could buy moss brick because we don't have any moss around here, and we don't have any vines. We're going to have to import them anyway. So we could buy that just as an example of the way this works. So how much money do we have? We have 12,000, and income already today. Oh, nope, that's yesterday. 2 items were sold for a total income of 470 added to the 12,000 that we have. So we're talking about purchasing the moss. We're only going to get 4 blocks of moss for $13.21. Is that a good price? Don't know. Can't really tell. There isn't anything to sorry about that. That's something in my eye. There isn't really anything to make an understanding of how these things are priced, but we did buy them, and I do have them on me. So there we go. And the money was removed from the shopkeep's cash register, and so you see it's down to $10,952 now. And although we have 2 shops, this shop rare finds information is for both shops. Oh, but look at that, it says I could buy it again. And let's see what it says for the amount. It still says the amount is the amount on the other side, so that amount is for both shops, I believe. And so I'm not sure he's selling anything. We were going to look and see. He has 15 fish, and he has 2 cornflowers. And let's see if he's actually selling anything. We know that Jack is, because we saw him yesterday actually make a sale. That's Jasmine going down to the kitchen. So we have a dining hall that Mia, this is Mia, the Stumelier from Trade Post for Minecolonies. So this is not a regular cauldron. This is a cauldron that is called a Stumelier cauldron. And you can see that it's different because it has an actual, it has something in it other than water. So it has soup in it, is what it has. It has a stew that she's cooking. And we do have it on the list. Don't we have it on the menu? Let's go see what the menu has. Turns out that we have a lot of pork right now. And so we are going to use pork to augment the dishes. At the level that we're at, there are no pork dishes. And so there is only 1 single pork dish in the entire Minecolonies set. And it doesn't matter. I don't care either way. But we have a lot of pork, And so because we have a pork farm, a pig farm, and so we're just going to go ahead and use that to augment right now. We'll see if we want to sell it later. We'll see if it brings a good price. If we get to the point where we're not going to have them eat pork, where they would either have schnitzel, which is I think the only thing that has pork in it, is schnitzel right here. And see, it says crafted by chef level 4, so we can't make that anyway. And so we don't have any bacon dishes, and this was something that I was suggesting if they were going to make something more, to make salads or to make something like that. So we should have enough food to get us through for a little bit. They are making food, and this is a level 3 dining hall in the town hall. This is the town hall's dining hall, and it now consists of a 2-room dining area. So we have this room here, and then we have this second room, and then in the hallway here there is stairs going up to the druid station. This is a peace station, a guard tower, and then the eventual connector that's going to connect this building to that building is what this hallway is. But right now it does not do that. It is just a balcony, and it's quite lovely to come up here and look. So this is the dining hall, which is a part of the level 3 town hall that we have. And we had to put in the level 3 town hall in order to get the level 3 dining hall. And we'll have to put in the level 4 town hall in order to get a level 4 dining hall, but we're nowhere near that. We have to get level 3 housing first, and we're nowhere near that. We can't have level 3 housing until we have a couple more of the people that we need. And one of them is a sifter. Right here, we could actually have a sifter and a crusher. Now, I don't have anyone working on a crusher right now. I can go up and see what everyone's working on. And why don't we start with McKenna, since she's in this neighborhood.
Hi.
And hi, how are you? What are you looking for? Glass. Okay. The glass blower knows how to make that kind of glass. And the glass blower has a recipe for doing white stained glass. And so she should get some white stained glass eventually from our brand new glass blower, who I believe is named Liberty. I believe so. Let's go and see what's holding up Cash. Cash is working on something, but he's not here. So did he get what he was working on? He actually did. He is almost finished with the residence. That means that Brooke got the materials that she needed to make the shingles that he was asking for. And so she got those. You'll notice that we have a little bit more walkways in some of these areas here. We're working towards connecting these buildings. This is the new mechanic. This mechanic is only a level 1.5 right now, and it will be a level 2. I believe that this is what she's waiting for the glass for, is this building right here. And the glass is going to come, that's Giovanni's. That's Giovanni's mechanic shop, and this is Liberty's glass shop here. And let's look in the cutter recipes. Cutter smelting recipes. We don't have any smelting recipes yet. I thought we did glass. I thought we put glass in here. But it's not showing. That might mean that she doesn't have the recipes. I wonder if she didn't get the recipes because, hold on, because we put the recipes in before we had her? I didn't think so. That's saying, nope, I don't want it there. Okay, it's not showing me that. Let's look here and see if, oh, because they're already there. So there's white stained glass pane. And let's look at the cutter and let's see if there's anything here. There isn't anything. So she has the recipe for it, and yet something's going on. And I think what's going on is it's in the warehouse and it is for some reason not being delivered. So let's come over and check. It's nighttime. You can see people starting to go to bed. Let's come here and check. And it is here. All right, so I am just going to go ahead and give it to him because, or her, to McKenna. There it is right down there. Because I'm not entirely sure why she's not getting it. But it is holding us up. So we're going to take this glass pane and let's see how many pieces she actually needed. Does it even show on here? It doesn't even show on here. So you know what that means. That means she might have gotten it already. Let's put it back. Let's look for a second. Did you see what it did show though? It shows stone brick. And doesn't she know how to make that? And don't we have a crusher, a brick yard in order to make stone? We do. Brick. So why are we concerned about the thing that we're trying to do here? We're concerned about it because I can't have another courier until I have another house. Plus, brick. Oh, look at this. Let's look for stone. And there is some stone, but there is no brick left. And so that's a problem. So we're going to have to go and see if Brooke, knows how to make brick. But we're not going out this way. We're going out this way. This is the shortest way. As soon as we have that house done, as soon as Cash finishes that house, we'll be able to have another courier. And let's come over to the brickyard. And this, let's see if she has a recipe for stone brick. She does indeed. So let's go over to the brickyard and let's see what's holding it up. So we have a very small brickyard here, and there is coal, and there are 2 of these. And let's look at the smelting, and we have cobble that can be turned into stone. It's the number 1 piece, and the fuel is there, and yet he's not making any. So one more time, we're going to do it like this. I'm going to go and get it. Go and get the cobble and put it in and see if that's the problem, that we don't have any cobble. Let's look for cobble. And sure enough, we are low on cobble. Look at that. Wow. Let's find some so that we can make some stone. I see an indicator on the floor. 2 now, 2 indicators. And so we can come to the nearest one here. I'm going to take 2 of these out. We're going to have a problem when it comes to doing the new, getting a hospital level 3 means that we are going to have to wait. I'm doing it again. I have to get into the habit of coming this way. We're going to have to get into, we're going to have to work towards the level 3 mystic site so we can have a level 3 hospital and enchanter and begin to get the other things that we need. Let's put this in, and let's put that in, and we'll have, this is Lucas? Sean, this is Sean. Lucas is the blacksmith. I don't know what Lucas is. I'll have to check and see. So I can't have a concrete mixer yet. I can have a crusher, but it would mean that either Wade or McKenna would make us a crusher. I'm going to have Wade work on a crusher for a minute for us. So let's come here, the build options. The builder is Wade. Build the building. And there we go. We can have a sifter. We just don't have anyone yet. Vienna is actually a courier. And as soon as we have housing, we're going to have her be that. And it's after 1 o'clock in the morning, and everyone has gone to bed. There is one other person I want to check on, one of the other builders. We should check on both builders. Why don't we come this way for a second? Let's come through here and come down into this area here, where we are going to put in a new dining hall. And the dining hall is going to be located right across here. And sure enough, he has started working on it. There's land cleared right here. And there's the dining hall piece. I'm going to cancel the build. I'm going to go over and get lush. We're going to have lush dirt be here, and I just want to make sure it is. I might have put it in yesterday, but I don't remember whether I did or not, and so that's the reason why. I want to come and look first so that he's not asking for dirt. He's asking for lush, and we can provide him with lush dirt. So let's come here and let's look. So now he has nothing, and let's go to settings, and sure enough, I had done the lush already, and he is going to get some lush. There should be lush from the other builders, and if not, we'll have to give him some. That's what the dirt is out here. So we're just going to have him start over. Let's get a lamp so that you can see where I'm walking here. This area is pretty important. We're going to have a road here because of, oh, it's Rude Wolf. Hi, Rude Wolf. What are you doing out? You're not, okay. And let's put this here, and let's do build options. The builder is Josiah, and build the building. So this is our new dining hall. Right here you can see that we have the chef's kitchen already built level 1. We needed it so that we could find it once he starts putting in that, because he's going to bury it when he does. And then over here, this is where we're putting in the 2 farmhouses over here. We're going to use the Incan farmhouses in this area, and we already have a couple that are coming in right here. Now, I'm not sure what's going on with this land right here. See how it's clearing out a big space like this, and on this side. So what is there? Is this the top floor and it's going to build down to it? Yes, I forgot about that. There's going to be a downstairs right here. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I did an actual Incan house. And yes, so the second floor of this house is down here, and that's what they were making space for in these areas. And so I am going to remove this for right now. And the sun is coming up. And so people are going to start going to work. So that was some of the things that we did. Then we did something else major. When we realized that we wanted to put the resort in. We couldn't find make the trade post styles work to my satisfaction, and that's just me. Oh, I see what it looks like now. Why don't we take these? And this is what happened yesterday. Yesterday actually started with this. Started with fixing this bakery, and I'm doing it again today. I changed some of the work here, and I'm doing it again, changing this part right here. And there we go. And that was the baker, by the way, that you heard. And let's put this away. I forgot to put away that moss. I'll put it somewhere, put it down there so I can see it. Let's see what is being offered today. Yay, cash finished, excellent. In the rare finds today, we have sacred scrolls, wild potatoes, ooh, and raw codfish. So yeah, we're not buying any of those right now. And so when we were talking about doing a resort, we thought we could maybe think about it as a casino, because it's gaudy like a casino, and put it near the water, but there's not enough space here to do that. We thought maybe we could put it over here. There's not enough space and it doesn't work in there. The hill one doesn't work and the other one doesn't work. The trade post. So there's trade post, and rather than talk about it, I will show you for a moment, since there is no record of yesterday. Trade post. So there's the trade post one, but if we come here, we can see both of the trade posts from Minecolonies in their own style set right here on the builder's tool. And so we tried both of these and their resorts, and they just don't fit with this town. So what I decided was, I'm going to place it in the town hall, in this tavern section here. Now this part of the tavern doesn't change. This tavern section right here. And we can put it in here and have it be grown up. And I'm not going to work on the resort. Nightshade, hello Nightshade, how are you? Welcome, welcome. I'm not going to put it in just yet. I keep looking at this. I keep thinking that this part does change a little bit. And so I need to see how. I was thinking that I would do that, right? And then I went, no, I'm going to put a second tavern up right next to this tavern right here. We're going to put a second tavern right here. And when we do, we have to make the other tavern go away. So that would be problematic if we don't get the couple of people that we still need right now. So the minute we have these 3 people, and let's come in here and see if I have room for 3 people right now. Right here. Let's come here and look. Yes, I have room for 3 people. What I need is a crusher, a dye shop owner, and a florist. Those are the 3 people that I need for sure before I do anything about the tavern. We would still get people with the tavern, but I'd want to make sure that there would be some place for the people to be. And so what I've figured out is that if we have some visitors, they can actually stay in the town hall. We have 4 town hall druid stations, so that would be where the people would stay. So there's one, and we have one over here, and one here, and then we have the one in the other one there. So there's 4 places. There are 4 places in the tavern, and so we can do that. Now we just gave Wade something to do, and let's see what he's got going on. These are people at the marketplace. Isn't this nice? Look at all these people looking over what Eli is selling. And let's come here and let's see what's happening for a minute. Wade, what's your problem? Let me see what you need. You need an armor stand, a golden hoe, ooh, a mushroom stew, and raw salmon. We have to check on the armor stand. I know that we have someone working on that. The golden farm tool, I don't think so. And mushroom stew is not on the list for Jasmine to make. So why don't we have her? Hi, Jasmine. Jasmine's just leaving right now. Why don't we have her know how to make a mushroom stew? And let's see if it is on our list already. Let's look at crafting. And sure enough, she does. So baked potato, it's the rabbit. Do we have any rabbit left? She doesn't have any. She definitely doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't have any rabbit. We might not have any rabbit, and that might be a problem. We might have to wait for a shipment from our Narluk, who has a rabbit hutch, and Petit Hamalakut. Both of those towns, the resort Petit Hamalakut and Arnarluk, both have rabbit hutches, and so we would have to wait for a shipment from those towns. Now,
you say so?
Yes, I do say so, Gilbert. And so let's come here and let's cancel. Let's look at what he's working on. He's working on the residence. He's working on the crusher. Building long straight. I don't know what this is. Let's cancel that. Let's cancel the gatehouse, and let's have him just work on the crusher for a moment. And there he goes. He's going to start working on that. And that's fine. And then, and then we'll come around. So what we're trying to do is get him ready to put in a second tavern. And you can only have one tavern. So the minute we start wanting to put a second one in, we will have to have this tavern built up to a level 3, which he can do, and then break it, and then have the level, the next tavern put in. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to have Wade work on this. I don't see anything too outrageous. Black brick shingles. We don't have a dye shop yet, but we can, and we'll see what happens with that. And the dye shop will help us get some of the other things that we need. And let's go ahead and do it. Here's something, but we have a brickyard, so we can do terracotta. And so let's have...
There's not enough room for my family to live here.
Yes, I know. Wade, upgrade this when he gets done. Sutton wasn't saying that. This is our sugar farmer.
Yes.
Right here. And then, is it raining? And there's Vienna. And Vienna is one of our couriers, and Vienna can now take on her job. That's my cue to drink something. Oops, too close. You're playing us too close. That's the cue for Vienna to join the couriers, and then we will only be short one courier. Sutton's going back to the sugar farm, although it's sunset, so he might just be going home. Right now he's living with Marissa in the Fletcher's house. But we're going to come back down here. Liberty is living in the mechanic's house, and Giovanni is living in the new farmhouse here. And he is going to share this, although I don't think I am going to have that. What just happened there? That was somebody falling? What just happened there? Wait. Something's wrong somewhere. What was that? Hold on. What just happened there? No, no, no. Oh, shoot. Blast it. Quick. Let's quickly do something here. Let's get metal. Iron. It was him coming over this. And let's put that on top. Okay, now he can't get burned. Good gracious. So scary. It's so scary when you hear them getting hurt and you don't know where they are. Let's get chair. We're going to put in the little spruce hay seat chairs here. There's one there. And let's put another one right there. So they can still get up and down. Let me make sure that the other piece, did he come and jump off of that when he was burning? I bet he did. I bet that's what happened. See how this has this part here for it to walk out? That isn't here. Let's take this and let's bring this whole thing over to here and bring this over and there, so he can only come to there. Let's bring the whole thing over again right here. Let's take this out right underneath and put that part in. I am going to take this part out for a second. There is a mixture of lush and in this yard area, and that almost makes it that I feel like putting a piece of fence right there, but I think this is going to help so that they don't feel like they're going to go down. I'm going to have to put another piece right here, so even if they do go down, they can only go down to there and to here. Let's do that. And let's do that. Okay, so now let's get path. Path. We should see lush path. And there's lush path right there. So let's do lush path here. So that they'll go to here. And then they'll go down to here. And that way they won't try and go the other way. So that even if they come here and jump off right here, and here, here, and there, and they'll be fine. Because I think he was on fire and he came out of the house and jumped off this top part and got injured again. And that's what happened to him. Grr. All right, let's put these back into the library, but let's take this moss before I forget. You have to go? No worries, Nightshade. Thank you for being here for a little bit. It's so nice to see you. Thank you very much. Okay. And that's very sweet of you to say that you were leaving too. Thank you. Okay. And there we have it. So what we were talking about is that we're going to move. Let's get to this right here. We're going to move. Wait. It's closed already? Oh, Liberty. I know. You can't get up. You can't get up to bed. There is no bed. There is no spoon. Shoot. Let's put this here for a minute. She'll just have to fix it. So Liberty can come up to bed for a minute. There. And when Liberty goes to bed, then we're going to get manage housing and unassign her. Have Giovanni move here. We're going to have Liberty come and live over here. So Liberty is going to move into this house with Vivian. So Liberty is going to live here, and where is Viv? She does not have a job, so she's Vienna, not Vivian, Vienna. Vienna is going to live here. Now, Vienna is going to live here because Vienna is going to work here. I beg your pardon. You already have 2 people living here. And Vienna is going to work in the new shop. And let's see. Yes, there's courier here. We could have her work upstairs with the rest of the couriers because they're all up here. So we'll have her be here as well. And this is Vienna, and she's on the edge at 52, but she at least has a house. And now we're going to get her keys to the warehouse so that she can work. So let's come down here, and we can see all 5 couriers. Jakari, who is the warehouse manager. Gregory decided that Jakari was better for the job and at this particular time, and but Gregory, as you can see, has the most experience. He just doesn't want to live in the warehouse, so he's turning it over to Jakari to be here. And Malachi, I'm going to look at the adaptability. Let me look for a second at the Akasha records. For couriers, agility and adaptability. So his agility is 29 and Gregory's is 30. So Gregory still is sort of the senior, and Gregory would go to the council because he is first courier. But Jakari is running the warehouse. Malachi and Zoe, and actually it's Zoe and then Malachi and then Vienna, I believe. But I can look on the list of people for a minute and see if I can tell. So let's look at the list of Jalapari people and see who came in first. Malachi. Zoe came in before, so it is Malachi. It is Zoe, then Malachi, and then Vienna. So Zoe and Vienna are there. And let me look at, Sean is the brickyard. And that means Lucas is the blacksmith. And where is Lucas? Oh, that's interesting. Is Lucas actually not on this list, or is he up much higher? Oh, hold on. So did I give her a key? 1, 2, 3, 4? No. So let's give Vienna a key. And there she is. And see, we can have 6. So we can have 1 more courier as well. But this is going to help us get things. Let's go over here for a minute. The moon is setting. Look at the moon setting. So beautiful. Wow. Let's go over to Lucas. We were so excited about Lucas coming in that he didn't even get put down. And there he is. He's a Chormond. I'm not ever sure that I've had a Chormond, believe it or not. And let's come here. We know that Colt, Brooke, Jessica, the Mine Archer, and Zoe. Logistics. Remember, we were having so much trouble finding. Cheyenne came in first. Malachi. Josiah moving to that Callie, Ismail, Mallory was here already. Sean was here, so this is where he belongs. 3. He belongs here. Lucas, Lukas. Frank Churmond, Churmond. And he is the blacksmith. And now Vienna Isabella Janelli is logistics. Dun, 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 dun. The crusher is finished. Yay! So there's Kishore, who is the ore smelter, and Brooke is right here. Brooke is actually the mason, the stone mason. Let's come over to the Masonry House, and let's look here, and this is Sean. And now we have the ability to have a crusher, and we don't have anyone none of our students can be crusher, and we don't have anyone left then. That means that everyone has a job. So we are now looking for a crusher, and let me come here, and let's come to here, and let's look and see if I have that on the list of things we are looking for. We still need another chef for the second dining hall, and we need another dining hall owner for the other dining hall. We still need an archers for the gatehouse. We have the glass cutter, that's Liberty, and so we can take the indicator off that we need one of those. We don't have a sifter yet, I don't think, and I'm looking for the crusher, and there they are. Concrete mixer, crusher, and we could maybe have an extra farmer. Right now we have 3, and I'm going to take them away for right now because I don't have any place for them to live. Although I do. Wait. Let me think about it. Let me think about having some farms over on that side of the road, because I don't think that was a plan. So crusher is stamina and strength. We can't get a concrete mixer yet. An enchanter would be nice. And a shepherd would be great. As well as the dye shop. We are now going to be able to have a dye shop. And the florist. And these are dexterity pieces. These are people with dexterity, and this is going to be interesting when we get to that. So, since we don't have anyone to work here, let's come out and let's go and look at the people for a moment, as well as look at the new finds that we have, and see what's going on here. So in our new finds, Luz, look at Luz is here, and Luz is skin in the game. Luz is, hi, I'm Luz, child of the human realm and student of the demon realm. I've come in search far and wide for a place to inspire and provide my magical skills. Say, do you know how I got here? Have you seen any portal doors with a giant eye? And that's what he wants. He wants an eye of Ender. And we do not take skin in the game as people who live in the town, because I like them to come back and visit from time to time. It's fun. Snowballs. Ooh, are we going to regret not having any snowballs? I don't think so. I don't think I want to buy those right now. But those are the things that are being offered. And now what is he waiting for? Now what are you working on? And what are you waiting for? He's working on the tavern. And he needs andesite, and he needs a ton of stuff. And what are you waiting for?
So what will it be for you?
Cracked brick. let's go to Sean. So remember Sean we were talking about? Let's see if he has a recipe for cracked brick. So we're going to come this way. And we'll come over here. And look and see if Sean can make cracked brick. Smelting recipes, stone, deep slate, teach, cracked. Cracked brick, teach that, and done. And I don't think we need anything else right at the moment in regards to that. Let's come down to Brooke. I want to see if there's some other things here that she needs to know how to make for the tavern. So let's come here to the cutter and look, and sure enough, one framed brown brick. So that's brown bricks and spruce. So select and teach recipe. So we'll have to figure out how she crafts brown brick. Let's look for brown brick. And this is brown brick right here. And that is 2 terracottas and 2 bricks. So let's teach that. And that was brown stone. That was just brown brick. Let's come back to cutter, teach, and cobbled framed with spruce, select, and teach. So that part she knows how to do. Brown brick. Let's look at his brick making abilities, because it looks like he's going to have to know how to do brick and terracotta. So he knows how to do that, and he knows how to do that. So he can make the things that she wants, right, Sean? Sean, did you get indigestion from something you're eating? You don't sound quite so well. And there goes Brooke. And there is Lucas, our blacksmith. And so, okay. So, in view of the fact that we were putting in the resort, that involved putting a building here. And then also having, we still have university buildings. And we started thinking about maybe having a dorm right here. I think I'm going to replace that, because when I decided to put the tavern here and extend the tavern, so this is a full tavern that's going to be here. This corner of the cathedral was going to come up right in front of these 2 buildings. And so what we did was we used the stalactite stairs on the corners of the cathedral in order to make it so that people at the tavern would have this way to come up to the cathedral. And then this is the main walkway up to the cathedral, the processional walkway. And then on this side, to match the other side, we put in the stalactite stair coming down to this grand street. So we're going to have a grand street here and here. This street is going to, when we looked at this street and saw that this street can go all the way to the rail station, we moved the rail station. So the rail station was actually behind the mine building right there. And we moved it to be directly on this road piece right here, so that the road is going to come up like this to the rail. Now, right here, I just realized we could put in a T or a corner. I think I'd rather put in a T right here for this. So let's go to Old English. We've got, now we put in the roads, remember? So Old English switch. I was at Old English. didn't have to switch. Okay, and go to decorations is where they are, not in infrastructure. The roads are, and there's a T intersection right here. Let's X. Let's do that again. Decorations, roads, and the T intersection must be in the air. It is. So let's bring it down, and let's turn it this way, and put it all the way up right here to this. And I'm going to center it right on this spot right here. This spot right here. So see, it's there. Oh, I can't center. I think that's as close as we're going to get to the center, and I think that's actually where the road is, but I want to see for a second. Let's follow this line, follow the yellow brick road. Let's follow this straight. Don't change direction. Come all the way over here, like this, and we're still going because there's another piece of road, and it is right here. So the sidewalk for this is here. And that would put the road too far over on that side. So this road is going to actually slide a little bit. So since it is, we'll put it over one, because this is on this property and this is on this property, but we can have, I'm going to do it this way, because we don't have to have this little gate thing here, right here. But this is part of the building right here. So if we had a sidewalk coming here, it's going to turn right here and become a different street there. So let's put this in. Constructed, and X. And there is that piece. And that piece is going to mean that the road will run all the way over to here. And we'll have a piece of road that comes this way, and then this road piece that's going to come right down here. So let's do decorations again, roads, and the straight road piece, this piece here, bring it down into the ground, up, and it sits here and joins this piece right here like this. Constructed, and we'll continue down this way. So that means that this is not going to be path here. This is actually going to be right in this part right here. It's going to be this, and right here and here, all the way across here. It's going to be the side of the road. So the road's going to come down that part right there. And this here can go away. We can have that if we want, just for now. And so that's what the road looks like right at the moment. Now the road's going to shift, and it's going to be interesting when I do the shift for the road going over one to the other side. In this area here, because we're showing the road coming here like this, and at some point the road's going to actually move over to here, and it probably should be right here that it should do it. But I don't think that we have anything. Let's look for a second and see if we can. Old English roads. Let's do the X intersection here and see how this is going to work. So notice we have a piece of road that's right here. See that corner right there? You can't see it, can you? Let's go to sleep. Let's go to sleep. We'll come down here, leaving the doors open, and we'll fall into bed like it's the middle of the night. And it's the middle of the night. I'm just gonna fall into bed right now. Yesterday was not one of the better days, although when I say that it was not one of the better days, yesterday was an amazing day because a 93-year-old veteran survived an operation, and that is always a good day when something like that happens. So let's come over here and let's see what is in the rares. Boots, now we can make boots. Fire rockets, nah, we don't need those. Wow, it's so interesting. I think it's just because the air right now. Yeah, I feel Vincentius Primus is not awake. He is asleep.
It's a fine day.
And I might feel the absence of him. I might feel that. Let's come over here and see. So see how this square right there could actually match. Let's take this here. Could actually match this piece right there. Perfect. Look at that. So that's actually the square right there for this piece of road. So we're going to put it in when no one's walking on it, constructed. And there we go, and let's X. And there we have it. So that's the beginning of the road piece that's going to be in these locations right here. Now, this one's a problem on this side. This one is actually going to move in. So see how we have this piece here? In order for it to get to where it needs to get to, the sidewalk is going to have to do this. So this is 1, 2, 3 across. So this right here would be the sidewalk running across this part of the road. Now we know what's going to happen when she starts building. This is going to come up because this is too close. That means it's within the build of the town hall. So this one, however, is okay. And we can just see, just for a moment, that we're going to have the road piece come along here like that. And that'll be fine for here. We just put this in so that we could see what it looked like. And so these walkways that go up, we'll do something about having it so that they walk across like a path of some sort in both of these triangles right here, both of these corners. Now this is actually a fountain, a beautiful fountain. And the walls that are on this walkway, the cathedral walls, will be taken down when they're built. And we'll see what we want to do about it, whether we want to have it remain cobble, which I think we will. And the places where the walls come in, we'll see what we want to do about that. But for right now, this is what we've got. And in order for Wade's working on this tavern so that this can be done, so that he can make a second tavern. Oop, oop. I've been doing that here lately, overstepping. Okay. We have a level 3 university. And so now we can, which is why we were doing research, and I believe the research is done. It is, and we can have 3 now. 3 researches. Wow. All right, people are still here. Wasn't she working on this library? She was. Oh, it's a level 3. Why didn't you put any lights in here? I find that odd. Let's put a light here. And they want to stand there, so I'm going to put a light up here so that they can't stand up here anymore. I should put it on this side. I can't get her down. Is there some reason why you want to stand there? Let's take this away. She won't stand there. And we'll just leave that for now. If you want to stand there, that's fine. I'm taking that bookcase away. And because I took that bookcase away, I'll have to give them back that bookcase. These are mine. And we'll do that. All right, so I need to go. Why don't I go upstairs? It's daytime, and they're not upstairs. And who was that? That was probably Hayden. Hayden's living up here with Mallory. Interesting. Let's see how that works out. And I'm going to change into a Little Mermaid. I just needed some privacy to do it. And we are going to have hearts now, like a player. And we'll come down and see. One of the things that we can do right away in research is do haste. Now, for the longest time, I didn't do these. But then I figured that they're actually being, they're kind of being, hold on. It inhibits their being disadvantaged by me not doing these. So I'm going to do this one so that I didn't want the people rushing all over the place. But I think it affects the couriers when they cannot do that. And so that's what I want to look at. We do not have a cake yet. We do not have cookies. We can ask Gilbert maybe to make us one of those. We're not ready for school. We have done the graveyard. We're not ready to have someone yet, and so I'm not really worried about that. And stamina, we have the ability to bring up the stamina, and this is the one that we're going to do. We're not doing band-aids. We're doing stamina. And do I have the apple on me? Let's see. I do not. Okay. So it's probably in the warehouse. So we'll have to go and get an apple. So let me turn this around. Someone in desperate need, that would be me, of a pad. Who could imagine such a thing? Apple. A golden apple. Gold apple. And let's look at combat. We need 3 blocks of iron to get a fire station. So we're going to use the barracks as a fire station, and we're going to use the archery as a competition center. So those are going to be fine. We don't need avoidance. We do need improved leather, and we can get these started as well. We should have enough leather to do that. And we'll look, and then the other thing that we need is taunt we have, and arrows. I don't think we have 64 arrows, but we'll check. I don't know that Madeline is getting arrows yet as a part of her fishing, but we can check on that. Why do we need this? To get paranormics, which needs a barracks level 3. And that's why we are going to make them into fire departments, because what are we going to do with it? So, I mean, we could do it the way some cities did. What were they called? They had these special buildings, and they had, it was an armory. Yeah, we could almost have it like an armory, that in case of an attack, there would be some place where there were things. We'll see. when we start with the fire department could have emergency things for in case of an attack and things like that. I mean, even in our Naraluk, we had emergency kitchen. We had it set up that if there was an attack, people would go to the town hall in the center, things like that. So we can have that here as well. Let's look at technology. I would like to get this done, and I think I have what it takes to do that. Let me see if I have the tome on me. Hold on for a minute. Let's look here. I do have a tome. So that's one thing that I can definitely do, is do the more scrolls, which is paper and lapis. Look at all this stuff I have to get from the warehouse. Okay, paper and lapis. And then we have all of these done. We have this done. The vein miner would be nice. We need 32 iron ore. We don't quite have 32 yet. Let's see what we have in any iron ore. So we'll check and see if we can get deep slate or if we can just get regular so that the miner can find more ores. We need 8 diamonds. I'm not sure we have that, but we can look at diamonds. And we really need 9. Actually, we need 12, 13 diamonds, because we need 8 here, and we need in farming, we need another set. And then place speed, we can do these, which is 64 iron ingot. So we'll look at that. And then down here, we now have a dye shop unlocked and a flower shop unlocked, so they can be built when we are done getting these other pieces. So we're going to spend the night going to the warehouse, and we can now cut across here to get to the warehouse, which is really a nice cut. We're going to cut across and come down and come over. We can come to here, and there's our warehouse right next to the train station. So we'll come up and we'll begin to get some of these things. First of all, let's put the books here, and then let us sort the warehouse, and then let's come to the main part. And the first thing that we need is golden apple. So let's look at apple. And we do have golden apples, so we can go get it. Oops. There are some things up here. Oh, this is going to be hard. I don't see the indicator for it. That would tend to maybe make it that the indicator is up here. We do have some things over here. I wonder if it's here. We have flowers in this part, and wheat, and honey over here, and we do have rabbit. So that's good. And we have tomatoes, but we don't have it. I thought it was going to be there. Let's open these. These people work here, so we're going to leave them open for right now. When I do this, I'm going to put the desk right here. So they're sitting next to this basket. We might take these pieces down and bring the desk here. The feng shui of them having their back to the door is not good. It's not sexy. So we'll have to think about that. Let's try that one more time. Ready? Apple. golden apple. Let's press the button and let's look again. I'm looking for an, there it is. An indicator, and we found it this time. Dun, 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 dun. And here we are. We just need one, and I'm just going to take one for right now. Look at all these boots that we can take and make into a full set of boots and sell them in the shop, and that will make us some good stuff. Next, let's come here and look for 3 iron blocks. Iron, and there are 5, so we can get iron. Hold on, it's happening again. Is it that I'm actually not clicking? Oh, there it is. I thought for a minute, am I not clicking on it? I thought I did, but this time I definitely did. We saw the indicator on the floor, and it's way over here. So we can get the iron block. We don't need, we just need 3 iron blocks. And here we have 32 iron ore, and we only needed 32 iron, and look at that, we've got 32 of the deep slate iron. I think I'm going to bring the other iron back, the regular iron back. We do have gravel, and here's our diamonds right here. Let's pull this out. Let's pull half of these out and give them to Kishore and have him make diamonds for us. And I think I would like to do that. Arrows is next. Right now I think I already have too many things to research, but let's come here and look for, let's do the paper and the lapis. Let's do the enchanter first. P-A-P-E-R, and we need 64 paper. Wait, there it is. Wait. 64 paper. And here's 64 paper, and then we need lapis. And I think we need a 64 of lapis, and let's see how many we need. Lapis. I probably don't need that much. I hope not, because I don't have it. Let's go here and look for lapis and hope it's all together. All together now. If it's not, then we'll have to look at the other lapis. There's some diamonds. So there's only 31 here. And where were we? Where there was all that? Here it is. And here's deep slate lapis. Let's take this over to Kishore as well, and get Kishore to make these. Oh, and the gold, because we're going to need that. So we're going to take these over to Kishore tonight. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. If we take these over to him, that's going to give us let's come here, the time to go see the moon. It's a new moon. Ooh, beautiful. We could have gone in the other way, but this is fine. We can come here, and let's come to here. There's nothing here. Let's put the diamonds. I don't know that we can do that. Let's just put them here and let him make them. Lapis, and this is the one that we need, and the gold. And let's have him work on those. And now we're going to quickly run over. Can we make it? Can we make it? I don't think we can. I'm gonna leap into bed. Leap, leap. No, don't stop. Oh, thank goodness. We just needed a nap. You know how sometimes you need a nap? An hour and a half or a half-hour nap is not bad. Half hour or an hour and a half. Hour and a half increments is good. Let's go to the marketplace right quick and check on some new finds. And let's come here. And dun 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 dun, composted dirt, smooth stone, and blue sage. It's interesting that those plants are getting a huge amount. They actually are. They're getting much more. They're getting a really good price. That's Carter coming to work from his house in the Mystic site. His apartment, I should say. And here we are right here. So let's look in the inventory. We do have 18. We'll take this back and let's see if we have enough now. Let's put this in. Let's put this here, this, this, and this, and see what we can actually do. So we're doing one already, and let's go to technology and let's see if we have enough. We need 64, we need a tome, and we need 64 lapis, so we don't have enough lapis. Let's take the tome. I'm concerned about putting the tome in, that they might use it. So I don't want to put the tome in. So we can't do that research. We can probably do the iron and the apple. Why don't we do these two? The iron and the apple until we get the other pieces that we need. If I put in, wait a second, let me see if I put this iron in. That's still not enough, I don't think. I'll have to look at it. Oh, you like the pork chops, huh? Nice, okay. They're level 2s. All the housing is level 2. So let's look at this. Mr. Villager. Hey, I am doing well. How are you doing? How are you doing? I didn't keep yesterday's, Mr. Villager. It was just too messy, and I just didn't want to keep it. And so, yeah, I let it go. And let's come here and let's look at this. I think in combat we can do this. Why don't we have them work on that one? And then let's go down to civilian where we needed the apple, and let's have them do the apple. And I think that is good. We're going to do resistance. We're not in an area where they're going to get hurt falling and doing that kind of stuff. We've had better days, but you can kind of deal with it. Yeah, I know what you mean. And that's it. I'm in the same situation, so as far as having better days, but I can deal with this. And there we go. So there's a full 3 set that they're working on. Let's see what I have left. We left things in here, and we'll do them for right now. Let me come here and let's take this away. Let's take away the 18 regular. We have 32 of the deep slate, and we'll let them get to the other amounts. And what? Hold on. How much lapis did we need? Let's come here and look at technology. We need 64 and 64 paper. So I think we have 64 paper, and we have the tome, and we just need 64 lapis. So let me look here. We do have paper, and we have half the lapis, almost half the lapis, and we'll do that. Okay, so Mr. Villager, since you're here, this is what I decided to do with the corners. And I know that I talked about putting your fountains in the corners, but I'm going to put a building right here, and I don't want a wall. If we put the other part of the tavern here so that we can have the resort inside the tavern, I don't want the wall to be right there. I want them to be able to walk out of the tavern and walk up to the cathedral. So I have another section. Let me come over here. Where can I go? Let's go back down for a minute. I'm going to turn into a mermaid, a full mermaid, so that I can show you some of the things. Sutton is our sugar farmer, and that's why he has a lot of time off. And so let's come here and let's change into a full mermaid. We'll do the spell. Do the spell that changes us into a full mermaid, and that way we can take advantage of my ability to swim through the air. And that's what we want. We're going to leave the mayor's office open. So this is what it looks like. So what we did was we put the stalactite, this is stalactite stairs on both sides of the cathedral, so that people can walk up and down from here. And then in the center, we're going to have this. Now, you see the problem that we have here with this being like this and this being off? I think I'm actually going to make this, I don't know how I'm going to do it with the cathedral. Nah, I think we'll just have to be unhappy with the fact that those two don't match up. I thought I was matching them, but they don't match up exactly. And we'll just have it at that. What style are the streets? Well, here's an interesting thing, a very interesting thing. So remember when we were looking at streets that time, and we looked at Old English, and we looked in infrastructure, and it's like, oh, there are no streets. But when I was looking for decorations, look at here, road. And so these are Old English roads. And the straight road looks like this. We'll bring this piece of straight road down here. I actually like this road a lot. And so slowly but surely constructed, I am putting in these roads or a variant of these roads. In some places where the road is too narrow to put the whole road in with these. They're kind of like yours. Yeah, they are. And so we're just having it be like this. And for right now, since we're talking about it right this minute, since I have this, I'm just going to go ahead and put in the straight piece all the way down to the intersection right here. So there's a piece there, constructed, and X all the way, see, right to here. So let's do it facing this way, because I think we just need a short piece. Decoration road, and there's only the straight road piece here. So I need it to come down right here and up to there. And construct it. Okay. And X. So this is this avenue that we have on this side, and it looks like this. I'd like to have an avenue on this side right here that goes up to the university, and that will work with what we've got here. If I plan it now, this is one of these things where I have to plan the roads much earlier than I normally do, because this road is a 7. It's actually 7 wide. And look what 7 wide is. So if the road comes here like this, I think that's the way it is over here. Look and see. Oh, it's actually 1 off. We're not going to be able to do 1 off here. That's going to make it too far away. See, even now it's not working out. So in this section, we'll have to do something different. We'll have to shorten the road. For instance, we might only have the gutter on one side. That'll be perfect, actually. Have the gutter on one side on this road here. And I want to put it in for a minute to see, will you dry it out or keep the drain? Oh, I like the drain. And I'll show you when I put this part in constructed. And let's come over here and let us get rid of the X. Let's X this. And then let's come here. I need a shovel before it gets too dark. And we'll shovel out this part on this side. Right here. So that we can see. Oh, it's too dark. So I'll wait. But if we come over here, I can show you what the drains look like. You yearned for the plazas? Well, you know something, as a matter of fact, the other side of this building, the graveyard side, I think we're going to be able to put them on these corners, and as soon as I get a notice that everyone's in bed, I'm going to go to bed. There we are, so that we can have the daytime to look at this. So let's come down and go to sleep. So one of the things that we saw was that trade post, the shops, they get rare finds every day. And so we can go to the shops and look at the rare finds in the morning. What's the matter, McKenna? You still haven't gotten that glass? What is going on there? I will work on it. Let me do something here. Let's do something right now. Let's do, well, wait, let's go to the marketplace just to make sure they have no big deal compared to what they could be. Well, they have this is what the deals are like. So you can buy cod, you can buy flowers, you can buy onions, which these are Farmer's Delight onions. So you can buy all sorts of different things. But it depends on what you need. We don't need those things, so that doesn't do us any good. But I wanted to come over and show you another piece of road over here. What I'm doing is, in places where where I have to have the road cut off, we're putting in drains. So see the drain right here, and right here this closes off. Down here we have drains, because this is the end of the road right here. We're going to put in a road going this way up there, and this is the end of the road here. So we have these drain pieces. The road is going to go, we're going to have a little road that goes up this way. And no, that's not what I meant. What I meant is that they have one every single day. That they have rare find deals every day. And so you have to go and check every day and make sure that you're not missing out on something. Now, this is Josiah here. Josiah right here. And Josiah is waiting for...
So what'll it be for you?
You know, I thought that's what you were waiting for. Hold on for a second. I'm going to have to give him this. So we're going to give him the dirt because the dirt's all around us. And we've dug up this dirt several times. And so we'll give him that. And he is working on the new dining hall, which is right here. And I should put this iron in the shop. You meant about the fountain. They have no big deal compared with a plaza. Let me show you what it looks like ultimately. Let's come down here and put away the ore. Let's put the ore in Kishore's shop for a second and let him do something with it. So we're going to put the ore right here, and he can put it in and fix it. Because see what he's doing there? See, he's working on the iron right now. Lucas, how are you? And there's Brooke. They have a lot of shade on their side. So what was I going to show you? Oh, yeah, let's come out here and I'll show you what the fountain looks like at level 5. So let's come up here. We're at Old English, the fundamentals, the town hall. Now we couldn't see it because I was looking at the town hall piece, and it doesn't show, I don't think. And let's X and let's come out. I don't think it shows you the fountain. I think you have to look at the courtyard. But let me try for a minute. Have one? Have a fountain? Yeah, it's part of the town hall. So let me go. No, that's what's rather. It's part of the cathedral, and it's part of the ground plan for the cathedral. So this part right here is the ground plan. See that right there? That's the fountain right there. And so as the fountain goes up, so let's go back to the ground plan. It's called the churchyard, and there it is. So this is the part that has the front piece right there, and 2, 3, 4, and 5. So see this thing right here? This is the fountain right here. This thing that doesn't have any water in it is actually the fountain. And it's going to have these benches and things around, and this brick part, all of this is here. So we're going to take these walls down, these corner walls. We're not going to have them. We're not going to have the walls, but we are going to have this part with this around the fountain. The builder, remember, is right here, and we'll take down in this corner. We'll take all those walls down. We just want to have this arch, which we can have without having the whole wall. We can have this archway, and I would like to do that. So yeah, so that is what it looks like, and that's what the front of that is going to look like at some point. And you can see where the water is, where the fountain is going to be. And then it's going to have a park around it. And that's all we need. We don't really need the wall. And so we're not going to have it. So let's X. And so we're looking at the builders and seeing what's holding them up. And you need mossy stone brick stairs. She doesn't know how to make those. Let's go over to Brooke for a minute and let's get her to make mossy stone brick stairs. Teach recipe, mossy. It's kind of funny to have the water source in there. Yeah, it is. Mossy stone brick stairs right there. Teach that. Mossy stone brick. I have it made like this, and I think she knows how to make that already. So, and I don't think we need anything else right at the moment. Let's look on this list, Kenya, the list, and there's that white stained glass, which is not getting done. Polished andesite slab and stone stairs. Let's come here and look at polished andesite. Let's see what she can, wait, let's see here what she can make. Crafting recipes. What is that? That's stone, that's cobble. That's polished granite. Smooth stone, stone slab, and right. So let's go to andesite. We don't have any andesite yet, so let's polish some andesite. Teach that. Let's polish some stairs. Let's polish some slab. And we could do wall, but I'm going to wait and see on that. And stone stairs. Didn't I just see stone stairs there? Let's come here. Teach. I don't think I can teach it because they happen to be here. So if they're in vanilla, we can't actually teach them on the cutter. So we'll put that in. And I think we have the slab already. We'll just wait. And then birch fence gate should be there. A birch trap door should be there, but we'll check and see. And there's a pressure plate. 4 oak pressure plates. Ooh, she just made something. 4 oak pressure plates. That's the mechanic. So let's come over to where she's working. Oh, good. This is so much better now. Let's see. And there is the doorway up. And she's got this part. And let's come back here. And let's go to teach recipe. Pressure plates. And we need oak pressure plates. And that is that. And we know he can make those. And then a gate. And I think gates are being done by, let's look. I think gates are being done by him, by Marcos. I think Marcos is doing fence and gates. We'll look, yep. And there is that color, and there is a birch gate right there. 2 birch fence gates. So that's there, and birch plank. And I think we have the birch plank. Yep, I'm looking right at it. Okay. And so that takes care of those things. And then black stained glass Wade needs. Wow. Okay, so Wade needs a black stained glass. There's a trapdoor. Now I thought 10 trapdoors. I thought that traps are, and let's look and see. I believe the traps are the purview of the mechanic. Let's look and see. And we need birch trap. And sure, no, it says it's a cutter. Okay, I'm gonna have Juliana make those. And it's raining. Let me see if she is already making traps. She's making signs. She's not making traps. Hold on. That means that Marcos is making them. Let's come here and let's look at trapdoors. Nobody's making any trapdoors yet. What's that? There's a spruce trapdoor, and there's a birch trapdoor, and there's a dark oak. So there's all the trapdoors are there. Now there's something about the warehouse that there's some kind of problem, but I don't know why. Because the glass isn't being delivered, we would have to stain some glass black, which we can do. We don't have a dye shop owner yet. Or we can wait. Let's make the rain go away by going to bed. And then we can go in. Let's hold a lantern. We can go into the tavern and see if we can find a dye shop owner Except we don't have a dye shop. We don't have one yet. People who are stuck on their builds are keeping us. Oh, hold on. I'm not going to bed with this in my hand. Okay, now let's go to sleep. There we are. I can get up. I don't have to go to bed with the thing in my hand. Okay. And so here we are. The rain, we can hear the rain coming to an end this morning. And we can come out. So here we are. And this is our kind of our morning routine now, to go over and check the tavern. We can walk through here and come over here. And let's check with Jack this morning and see what rare finds. So tomato seeds, now there's something we need, but it's not enough. Lapis, 8 lapis. We could get it, but it's not enough. And we probably have the lapis now in the warehouse, because remember we gave it to Kishore to work on. So what I was going to show Mr. Villager was at this end here, and we have the university ends. We have some places where we could actually do those plazas that he gave me the decoration for. Look at this. This is the level 1 of the graveyard has been completed, and that's when all of this stuff appeared in this area here, which is pretty interesting. That is very interesting. Someone's sick and is getting healed, and let's go get the glass. That isn't being delivered. Let's come here, let's go to glass. And it's gone. Oh, yay! So it has been delivered. Yay! Yay! This is excellent. All right, so they're going to get done because those things have been done. So now, Mr. Villager, my problem is, so we moved the train station to here, and we're putting in the road piece here. And they walk around to this doorway, and then they can come out and catch the train right along here. And then the train runs this whole distance down. Now, when we were looking at this gatehouse, there was something wrong with the build, but that's been fixed. I fixed it by removing the fence that was on the top of the doorway. They put in the gates before they took down the fence, and so they couldn't even get in to the gatehouse. So this gatehouse is a level 1.5. It still isn't finished, and that's because we keep having things for Wade to do. And there they go. We keep having things for Wade to do. That keeps him from working on that piece. So right now he is working on the tavern, and he's going to continue to work on the tavern for this time period. Okay, so I need to find me a florist, and I need a florist and a dye shop owner. Sage, nice to meet you. And that is dexterity. It's dexterity and creativity. And Sage is not interested in one of those kinds of jobs. However, we also need a sifter, did we say, or crusher? I think we need both focus and strength. And he has strength. And the strength that he has, strength and stamina, he is a crusher. Stamina is first, and strength. Let me look at something for a minute. I can have the crusher and the sifter, and I don't have either of those yet. So see, I can have a crusher, and I can have a sifter, and I don't have either of those buildings. So I cannot have a dye shop yet. Oh, wrong way. Let's go this way. I cannot have a dye shop yet because it hasn't been built. The dye shop is right here. And this is what McKenna is going to work on when she is done with the mechanic. And now we can assign it to her. Build the building. Oops, that didn't look like it. Oh yeah, but it is. Yay! Okay, so McKenna is going to do this. Cancel, build options, McKenna, build building. Okay, and because Cash is going to work on this right here, which we now can work on. Build options, the builder is going to be Cash, build the building. So we have these are level 2 farmhouses here, and they're full. They're full, and we don't even have the dye shop or the Fletcher yet. Or the flower shop owner yet. Or these 2 people, the chef and the dining hall. So that's another set of houses that needs to go somewhere. Now the dye shop is the flower shop is right here. The flower garden is outside, right in this part right here, just like the bees are outside here. And so we are going to have another piece right here, which we don't have set because they're decorations, and I don't want to set them because I don't want them working on the decorations before we get the other pieces done. So if you don't assign them, if you assign them, they're going to work on them immediately, and I don't want to do that. So he's waiting for some stuff. He got the lush that he needed. So see this right here? This is where our kitchen is. But inside the building, we'll be able to tell from the doorways where the kitchen is. So we don't have to worry about that. And look at this. He is ready already. What are you taking down? Holy crap. Wait. Stop.
Good to see you.
Did you see what he just did? No. Cancel the bill. Shoot. Why is that there if that's in the wrong place? We matched up the roof. Ooh, hold on. Let's take this away for a minute. Let's come up here and let's look at this. He just took away a piece of the composter when we matched these roofs up. So let's come to Old English. I was already there. And let's go to the plantation. Let's go to the flower shop, level 5. And this is the flower shop right here, level 5. So you see it has a line that lines up right here. So let's line this line up here. And when we do that, is he still over the line? He most certainly is. Hold on for a second. So let's come and be right here. This lines up with this building. So let's bring this down. And we'll put it right here, like this. And then bring this up so that the two ceilings align right here. And sure enough, look at this. Look at that. These are within the build. Shoot. Let's bring this down one. Well, it's a good thing that this isn't within the build. So that means that he's going to have to repair the composter. Because look at that. That's how it's supposed to be there. So it was in the right place, and he took away one of the composter's chests, which she had stuff in it, and he better have that stuff on him. So we're going to do this again. Assign a builder, and then we'll come here, and then we'll do build options. The builder is going to be cash, build the building. All right, he absolutely took a chest away right there. Cash, where are you? Where'd he go? Did he go home already? Shoot. There he is. Quick. No, that's not him. He's home. I think he's upstairs already. Yep. Already. And wait. Ooh. No, shoot. I missed him. I was trying to get him before he went to bed.
It's way too late to
but I can see him. Good. So it doesn't look like he picked up the stuff that was in the composter. It doesn't look like he did. That's the thing that I'm afraid of. Let's look here and see if he has compost in here. I mean, they should, shouldn't they? Unless there wasn't any compost, unless there was just flowers or something. And that's possible. All right, we'll leave that. He has room. He has some room. And he has this other area back here. And he has some room in this area too. So we don't have to worry about him not having enough room there. It's like, what just happened there? But she has it overlapping like that. Luckily, the hut block is not in danger. And it almost sort of means that the flower shop and the composter has to be built last, finished last, because its what do you call it? Its racks are going to be taken away every time that they do something here. So we'll leave him to do. Now remember what we said, when he gets done, when he gets to a certain point, we will fill in this hill in that area. And we know that we're going to do that. And then here, she's only still a level 1, I think. Yes, she is. We don't have time to make her a level 2 yet. And so that's what we're waiting on. Overlapping. They overlap. They actually overlap. As the build shows, right here. Old English. What can I put? Let's get another piece of the sugar farm and put right here. We can have a cactus field. The cactus field is within the cactus field. Where did it go? Why are you guys on? Oh, because I did that over there. I did X. Remember when I was trying to click on cache? Let's come back to here, to here. We can have a cactus field. It's actually in a, see that part right there? So see, this is the flower shop right here. See, it's matched perfectly, but look at it crossing over into the composter right there. The composter is supposed to be there. It's supposed to be there. And yet, look at the composter not even showing up on here, on the building site. And we have this building right here, and this is the one that's going to go to the back. we can put in cactus field. And the other one that we can put in on the back is but these are fields, and I don't want to do them because, see, they don't have any levels, so that means they're decorations. The other one that we can put in is the bamboo field. Nope, the bamboo is outside. The cocoa's outside. The cactus is in. And the plantation insert. And then there's a sugar field. The sugar field we have already. And this is the plantation piece in the middle. And the composter right here. And you can see the composter piece there. It's showing it. And they said that it went in the corner, and that actually was the corner at the time that we put it in. So obviously we put it too close, but I'm just going to leave it for now. The way this is working, it would have had to have been over like this, level 5. And it doesn't look like it goes like that. It looks like it goes directly against this wall. Look at what it looks like here. See, it is supposed to be there. We just have to do it last. Keep fixing it every time it gets broken. And do that. And he took away that rack. Did he have a rack on him? He took away a rack there. Did he get it? Possibly, because he's got 15 racks. So I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, look at that. So that is pretty close to a full 2 hours right there that we have been working on this. And I am a little tiny bit sleepy, but I'm not going to fall asleep. So we have like 4 sections that we need to plan at this time. And one of them was we were putting in university dorms, but because we put in the tavern, the place where we thought we were going to set the dorm isn't going to work the way I wanted anymore. So I'm going to pick this up, and I would like to put here, see if it will let me put it here. And so let's come here and let's go to medieval spruce, select, and let's go to tavern, medieval spruce level 3. And let's raise it up for a second so I can see it, and move it back, and then let's flip it. So let's turn it the way we need it to be, which is this way, and flip it. Flip it good. And let's turn it again. And let's come up here and let's look. And there it is. So this is the second building that we want. We've done this in the past, and we're going to do this one again. So come down here. Now when we do this, we still only have 1 tavern, but what we're going to have is a resort, which is going to be really interesting as a part of the other tavern. The defunct tavern is going to end up being a resort. So strange. I'm downstairs by I'm where I am. There isn't anyone else here. And yet, that happens every once in a while. A person would say, old house, creaky old house. And it's like, yeah, maybe. Bring this down 1 and bring it over 1 and bring it back one, and that's what it's going to look like. The two of them sitting together is going to look like that. Now we did that with a birch one in Prasino. Remember, we did that like that with the birch. So I'm going to see if it will allow me to assign a builder. Can I see the hut block? The hut block is underground. There's the hut block. Let's come down here for a second. Wait. Wait. Let's take this out of my hand for a second. Come down here. Oh, he's working on this. So see, the hut block is there. So one of those is going to be the one. It's not time yet. One of those is going to be the one hut block. And the way I have this in, it means that the hut block, oh, there we go. This is wrong. Did I just do something that moved this? Oh no, there we go. Okay. It's putting the hut block right in the middle. So if we did the tavern, we'd have to put it at one of the ends of the building. Then I did not realize it was going to put the hut block right there. On the other side of this building is the hut block right in there. So let's go out, let's go up, and let's dig through right here. The shovel. Now this is the flipped tavern, putting the bar right here. And depending on what it looks like, depending on how it works, if it doesn't work right, or if it doesn't seem right, then we might have to put it in a different place. But let's come this way. I think I'm going the wrong direction. I am. I'm going out the back. But they can reach it now. So let me see what happens if I put assign a builder. It allowed it. Wow. It won't let me build it. It's letting me build it? Since when? Ooh. Since when? Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if that has to do with the gatehouse problem. That you have to be able to, because the gatehouse is also a tavern, has the tavern mechanism. I don't want to have two taverns. I'm just going to have the one. I'm just using the building, but this will allow me to pick the better of the two, to decide which one is going to be the the resort, because one of the building is going to be the resort and the other building is going to be the tavern, and they're both going to be there together. And that is what we are working towards. So let's put that in there. And we don't have to take any more of that away. Fascinating. Fascinating to discover. There was a time, because of lost cities, like cities that are generated, world-generated cities, that taverns, you could have more than one tavern. And at the time when you could do that, it was a fairly long amount of time. And so when they updated to the next level, they went from, I think it was 19 to 20. I think it was 20 that actually happened. No, it was 19. It was from 18 to 19. That when it went to 19, you couldn't have more than one tavern anymore. And it was like, I don't understand why. Tell me why. And they were saying that people were using them as cheap housing because they only go up to level 3. And it's like, hi, little ND. How are you? Welcome, welcome. And so they did take it away, and I was fine with that because what we did in Prasino was we actually did a double tavern, and only one of the taverns worked, and it looked beautiful and worked perfectly. What is this? This is Minecraft with the Minecolonies mod and an extra mod that is modifying the Minecolonies mod. So Minecolonies is modifying Minecraft, and Trade Post for Minecolonies is modifying Minecolonies. And so this is a town. The name of the town is Jalapari, which means mermaid. And the name of the town, this town is specifically built to try out Trade Post, the Trade Post. So what this means is with Minecolonies, you have townspeople, and they actually build the buildings. And so see this right here? This is a build tool that shows you all types of builds that you can get your townspeople to make. And right now we're using primarily Old English, and which means that the person who built this is Anyanka. Anyanka created the style. When you go to here, you can see all the different buildings that you can get are listed, and then you can decide what buildings you're going to build and where to put them. You decide where to put them and what buildings you're going to build. Now, there are in some of the styles, there's actually examples of how you can put the towns down, but it's really up to you. That's the fun of it, I think, is figuring out how the town is going to work and how the town is going to be set up. And so right now, Old English is a very interesting style. It has a lot of nested buildings, so buildings within buildings. So in order to have the dining hall that's needed, we have to have a town hall. And this right here that I'm over top of is the town hall. In order to have a hospital, we have to have the mystic site, which is a cathedral. And that's what this building is right here. And inside this building is the hospital and there are 2 apartments right off on the sides here. Rude Wolf, what are you doing in there, Rude Wolf? And here is the cathedral, which is the mystic site, and then the hospital wing and the enchanter wing. And then upstairs we have an alchemist who is working up here in the rafters. And then down underground, which you cannot get to yet from here, is the graveyard. And there is going to be a way to get to it from inside the mystic site. Rude Wolf, what are you looking for? What's the matter, baby? What's wrong? Hi, puppy. This is Rude Wolf. Rude Wolf is part of the Trade Post for Minecolonies mod. Rude Wolf is not my pet. That is not a player's pet. That is actually a trained animal from Trade Post, and this is the trainer's shop over here. And Cannon, where are you? It's daytime. What you doing, Cannon? Let's recall. Oh, there he is. Hi, Cannon. So Cannon trains the animals, and you can have different types of animals. And right now we have Rude Wolf, and there he is. And we can see his health and where he is. And we can also train other animals. We're going to have a parrot next. And we have to get one of the builders to build us a, what's it called? What's it called? Let me look here. No, not there. Let me look here. There it is. We need a feeder, like a bird feeder, of course, because it's a parrot. So we need to get a bird feeder. And when we get one, we can have him train a parrot, which will be very fun. And so the animals actually do stuff for you. You can look here, and Rudolph is attached to this shepherd, but we don't have a shepherd yet. When we do, Rudolph is going to find us sheep. And I think there are some sheep left in this area. This was mostly horses in this area, and they've moved on because we've moved into their grasslands. But there's plenty of grassland, there's plenty of grass for them, and they're fine. But we have a couple of the horses who have gotten used to being around humans, and they are here. They are still here, and there's one of them right there. There's one of the wild horses. This horse is wild. Now that would be a thing to train. I don't think horses appear on here. Wouldn't that be cool? That's what I would want to have trained, because notice that the dog doesn't have a collar. That means the horse wouldn't have a saddle. Wouldn't that be amazing? Let's see if you can train horses. Not yet. I'm going to request that. I'm going to request that of Ayer, who is the main developer, and see if they will include horses in the animals that you can train. That would be so cool. But if you're using carrots for them, if you're using corn for them, and wheat, durum wheat for them, and regular wheat for them, what would you use for the horse? Apples. That's what you would use. You would use apples. You're using berries. It's perfect. You could have a trained horse. Now, that might not happen. It just occurred to me just now. So it's nighttime in the city. I'm going to get out a lantern so that I can not get lost. And Rudolph is going to go to one of the farmhouses and go to sleep. He was staying with Brendan and Aya in this house, but we'll see now that he's been assigned to a different farmer, a sheep farmer, which we don't have yet. We'll see if he still goes to Aya and to Brendan. Aya and Brendan had the first pup too, and so I'm headed back to the town hall right now in order to go to sleep so we can have daytime. And why am I having day and night? Because the people actually have to go to sleep. If they don't go to sleep, they get grumpy and don't work. So there it is. All citizens are tucked into bed, so we can go to sleep now. Oh, wait, I'm not sleeping with that in my hand. And I just put one of these down, so let's take that one away. Let's take this out of my hand and go to sleep. And there we are. So yes, so this is Minecraft. And I am telling the story of a mermaid ambassador. An ambassador from the mermaid nation of Ta'ana. And that nation sends ambassadors, to help the city make treaties. What's wrong, McKenna?
What is it?
What has happened to that glass? That is so weird. Okay, I'll have to find out. To the city, specifically to make treaties with Skeleton Nation, with the Ender Nation, with witches, and with pirates, barbarians, and all the other pirates, barbarians, There are some Nordics, there are some other desert people, and others who would attack. Oh, he just sold something. Wait, he just sold something to somebody. Oh, look, someone else is buying. Who is that? Hi, Jack. Who is that? Marco. A visitor. He just bought 2 bowls. And now Jack is going to start selling cooked cod, that looks like. Yeah. So that means he's out of bowls that he was selling. And he still has 1 more bowl. How interesting. Very nice. I like it. So when they sell stuff, hold on. Sorry about that. When they sell things,
Right away.
the money goes into a fund right here, and then we can use this fund to either buy rare things. So see, there's raw salmon we could buy, or crocuses, or and this is where we put the things that we can sell. Now, when they put down the price of something, then it stays there. And we can see. So sometimes I let them price things to see what the price is going to be. And then if I don't like the price, if it's below 90, then I don't sell them. So we're not going to sell those. And we're not going to sell those or those. We can't sell them because they don't make enough money to sell, and it's a waste of time. So we can just have them in the warehouse, and if we need to, we could have them recycled if we don't need them. Eventually, that's what we'll be able to do. Now, we haven't started a recycling center yet, and we're still waiting on the upgrade of this building so that we can get the second part of this building. So just for the people who are watching right now, this is the university area here, and we still need a dormitory and a second university building right here. This is the cathedral and the graveyard right here. The cathedral has its own builder's shop right in front of it for the time being. Eventually, I think you can take that down. And then over here is the farm district. Over here you can see we have a new farm builder, a builder who is focused on building farms right here. And Josiah, not Jack, Josiah is in the process of building a new dining hall right over here, where he's cleared out this entire field right here in order to put in a dining hall. And he's going to, I think he's waiting for wood, but this is a dining hall for this farm area here. Now right now we have 7, 4, and 3. We have 7 farms, and we need 2 more farms to make full 9 farms, since we have 3 farmers. Now, a farmer can have 5 fields, but I don't like it. We should convert that market into a brand new goods emporium. Yeah, that would be interesting. That would. We shall see. And so the market right here, the farm country, extends all the way over to here and includes this sugar farm, which is also where the flower shop is going to be. The apiary and the composter are all a part of the sugar farm. Now this part, I know I have to fix that. I'll come back and fix it. We have someone working on the flower shop. We have to have a level 3 flower shop in order to have a dye shop. Well, we did at one point. I don't think that's right anymore. I think that changed, and I'm glad it did. I think we had to have a level 3 composter, which we have now, and a level 3 plantation, which is right here. And the level 3 plantation was to get us a second field. And we need to research that field in order to have it, and I forgot about that I needed to research that field. So I think I need cactus and I need cane, sugar cane, in order to research the field. So why don't we do that right quick? Because I think they're done with one of the, I closed that in his face, unfortunately, sword. So all the materials that they're using are stored into their own warehouse. And this is a level 3 warehouse, and I can come here and look for cactus, tea, and I have some. So we can look for the indicator, and there's an indicator on the floor there, that green square outline. And that will tell us where to search for the cactus. And both of them are here. So here's 2 things that we need for the research. So we're going to use this. Is there room here? Do I have something in my hand? I don't, but I have a bunch of stuff here that I don't need to have on me. So I'm going to take all of this and put into this spot right here. So let's take this, and it doesn't matter where I put it right now, because when I sort the warehouse, they all get put together. All the things will get put together. Like, see, all the redstone is here. Let's take 2 more of these from here specifically for research. So now we're talking about research. If no one's down here, I'm quickly going to change into a little mermaid. This is where I do a spell, and I no longer have the full powers of a mermaid. I have the powers of a player, and I have hearts. So if I was on Earth, I'd have legs as a mermaid. And let's come here and see. So I'm going to take these things to the university so that they can get started on the research. Definitely need that research to be done. And whatever's going on with the glass, why McKenna's not getting it, we're just going to have to check on that in a little bit. So we're heading across the cathedral grounds to come over to the university area here and come up into the university, and we'll come here and let's put these things in the university right here, and let's hope that will tell us what we need. So we can't research yet. We still have 3 in progress, and let's look at one of them. I think one of them is haste, and it has 45 minutes left. So it takes 2 hours at this level for the research to be done, and that's fine. And you will try and do some building. Okay. I don't know that you'll get back in time since it's late, and it's nice to see you. Sorry, I didn't see you in time. So it's nice to see you too, Mr. Villager. Thank you for being in chat. And so we're just going to have to wait until all that research is done, which is taking 2 hours to do. And that'll be fine. So we did put in the extra tavern piece. The sun is setting, so I'm going to go back in. I think one way that I can maybe get that glass to be delivered is to do a reset. So I'm going to come down. I'm going to turn back into a little mermaid. No, back into a full mermaid, not a little one. Full mermaid has full magical powers. And then I'm going to come here and I'm going to go Minecolonies. Colony. Request, space, request, system, reset all. And then we're going to press the button. And so what's happened is everyone who has asked for something, every single one of the crafters and the restaurant, the dining halls, and the chefs who have asked for something, in the morning they'll have to ask for everything again because that's been cleared away. And it's good to do it every once in a while because they can get really backed up sometimes. And so that keeps things like what's happening where the glass is completely lost. McKenna's glass has gone away completely. She is not getting it. And we have Liberty, who is perfectly capable of making glass right over here. Even though she's a level 1, she can still make that glass. And we have it for her to make the white stained glass, and she's not making it yet. So we'll look at that and see what it is. We know that in order to have this person right here, the flower shop, in order to have with the flower shop, there's one other person that I'm putting, and then have these two, the chef and the dining hall owner. Both of those, that's 3 people that there isn't any housing for. So in this area, I need to put in another set of houses, and I have no idea where I'm going to put them. I don't have any idea where I'm going to put another set of housing. So I'll have to think about that. Think about where I want the housing to be. And then over here, we have dormitories right here that we need to put with the university, and so this is a part that we need to do. And then over here we need to add a couple more housing here because we don't have housing for a train station master, a train master, and we don't have enough housing for the cutter, the sifter, and the crusher. The concrete cutter, the sifter and the crusher, concrete mixer, I should say, the sifter and the crusher. And they're in little tiny shops in the Masonry House, right here, the Mason's house right here, along with the entrance for a quarry or a mine, which we're not going to have. Here, it's too close to our mining complex across the way. And so I want to extend these buildings out. And if I didn't have everyone working on stuff, I would extend these out. And I have to try and find something that will look nice with this house here and give us some extra building on this area. Now the train is right here. This is the train ceiling of the tunnel for the train. So we have enough room for like arcology, for some arcology things, or for, I would prefer Littleton as a match. So Littleton, the crusher building, oops, that is a reminder to drink something. Okay, thank you. And let's come here. So this is the, let's X so that it'll appear here. So this is the crusher in Littleton. Level 5 would look like this. This is new. It has this downstairs area. Oh, I like this a lot. This is perfect to put right in this area for them to use. It's just pretty big. But a crusher looking like this is exactly what's needed over here. So it would sit here behind, and then right here is where the crusher is. See right there? We can push that out, make a doorway there, and have a second crusher be right here, which would be wonderful to do. And that's a crusher. And then let's go back. That's new looking. I don't remember it looking so good like that. Thaler's been working on that. This is the sifter. And the sifter is kind of like the sifter in the other place, although there is more room here with this sifter. And the sifter is located right here. So if we had this one moved, we can move it all the way out to here so that it just lines up, that building lines up with this building. And if we put him on the ground for a second, right here, and that's where it would have to be to line up with this part so that they could walk through here and get to the sifter out here. But this is later on, I think, that I would do these. We can put the concrete mixer and the other one on this side. So we could put the sifter and the crusher here, and the concrete mixer and the brickyard right here. So let's look at a brickyard for a second. Crusher, the brickyard, level 5, and let's see what it looks like. Oh yeah, I don't like this one. I don't think that I necessarily like this one. And we have a problem here because we already have a house. So the two houses, look at it fitting it's too big to go there. And let's look at arcology for a minute. And let's look at the sifter. That was the crusher, right? No, the brickyard. It's the brickyard that we're looking at. And the brickyard for arcology is, that's right, is this long building. I remember this. So if we turn this sideways, we can have the extra long building right here, level 5. And it would look like this. And let's bring it down in here. So it would, this is the level that the floor would be at right there for this building to be here. And it would have to, it would be here. Now the problem is, of course, taking over all this space that we need right here for a concrete mixer. So a concrete mixer in Littleton. Let's look at concrete. Nope. Luxury concrete is considered the luxury. And the concrete mixer looks like this. Let's see what it looks like. Level 5. This is perfect. I definitely like the concrete mixer sitting. And we could probably sit the concrete mixer next to these others. Right in this area here. Let me see if I can sit it back right here like this. I can sit it back in their yard right there. And I like that. So we would have the crusher, the brickyard right here, the concrete mixer here, and then we can have the other two right next to them. And I think that'll be good, just to make it that this little teeny tiny setup here is not all that there is. And how are they going to get to those buildings? That's a good question. But we'll see. We'll see what we want to do with it when this is done. Oh, now that's interesting. See that right there? That's the concrete mixer. That is a good concrete mixer. And they're just using the small building, the small shop here to sift
This
and
is
to
not what
crush.
was promised to me. This housing stinks.
So that sounded like, yeah, Sean. Sean, who are you living with? You don't want to live with her? Hold on. Oh, that is not Sean. Oh, is Sean still living in I can't do any of these, except that shows me that we're not going to have housing here because we're putting in these buildings behind. So normally in cities I have more than one. We don't have to do the holiday thing the way we used to do it, because they are going to get time off. It's now built into Minecolonies and trade posts for them to get vacations and get time off. So they can have that. And I'm trying to see. This is an avenue here that runs to this corner. And then we can see down this right here is this little plaza area that we're going to have out in front of the market and the town hall and the tavern and the cathedral corner. So we'll have to have stuff there. But for people who are working here, I still need another house at least, or something like a house. We could maybe put an apartment building right in this area right here. Or if we accepted the fact that we weren't going to, I don't like accepting such a fact, that this little setup was going to work for them. If we accepted that, we could actually put a house right here. Yeah, and so that's one of the things. And what house would we put there? We would put Caledonia. I think we can put Caledonia's house there. And the house is the residence right here. Let's see how big it is. Let's do the level 5 so I can see the whole thing. So this is how big the building is. And we're talking about putting this building in a way that it could be, I don't think it can be here. There's not enough room. There it is, right up against that part right there. If we put it here, they would be facing the town hall, but the back of their building would be up against these manufacturing places here, which means that in the daytime they would be very noisy. And so we have a squish. We have a squishy place. We do. We have a squishy place where we don't have anything for anybody. If we wanted to, see this right here? See this coming here like this and going right here like this? Look at this part right here. Could we put it here? I think it's still too big. It's too big to go here, but let's see. Turn it around. This is the front. front. And so we would be talking about trying to fit something in right here like this. So we can see the front of that building there. This is the corner of this right here. Wow, that would be close. These houses right here. This would be the backyard of these houses right here, like this, with that being there. That would be on the land, on the property right there. And then this being right here like this, at this corner of this street right here. Somebody's doing something. Did you hear that sound? Somebody making something. It actually looks really good right here, doesn't it? It does. There's just one problem. It's overlapping several buildings. And even though technically it doesn't, wait a minute, look at this. Caledonia, look at Caledonia, hold on. Thaler, whoa. Thaler has made this residence not go up to the sky. Excellent. But it does come into these areas because it's a full square. It comes into these areas where the housing is, even though they share maybe a little tiny piece like that. It would take away those pieces of the house. Now, those pieces of the house could be repaired, but I would have to wait until this was a level 5 to put this in. Because even the level 1 is going to clear away the house. So, see right here where this is? It's still going to clear away that section of the house right there. Oh, so sad. So sad. It just works perfectly sitting right here. Now there was a time if we didn't have the food system, I would just go ahead and do it. I would put the housing in. But with the food system, that would be a level 5 house, which means I wouldn't have any food for level 5 people because I don't have a level 5 dining hall. I don't have level 5 builders yet. So the ability to do that, put in buildings at level 5 just to be able to overcome this little piece that I'd like to have here. I'm not going to be able to do. So then a part of me goes, well, how important and how do you want to do this? I would just have to wait. So where are the people going to live while they're not? They would have to live in the tavern. So the two people here, the crusher and the sifter, the concrete mixer, would have to live in the tavern. And it's just not going to be. Or they're going to have to share the house and all live in this house together until such time. And then we wouldn't have any kids in this area. Of course we wouldn't. So we wouldn't have any kids in those houses for a long time. But we don't usually have kids until 4 and 5 anyway. So that is what would happen. But this is our intention at some point, to have this building be at this end of the street like that and to overlap. And what we would do with this overlap is we would put the level 5 in, and then we'd do the level 5 of these buildings, and it would repair the damage done by putting in the level 5 of this. when we start having level 5 builders. But in the meantime, we would have to get to the point where we're going to bring these up. So we could have a person living here, an extra person living here, and then an extra person living here in this building, an extra person living, we can have a couple people living here. So the train master could live in the warehouse, and then we could have an extra person living in, this is the forester's house right here, have an extra person living here, and they'd be close enough to work in that area, and that would take care of that. So that's what we're going to have to do. So now that I know that, that's kind of interesting. I think I'm going to stop looking at that section for right now, because I definitely want that there, which means that we may not have an extra section for these buildings until I think about it later, but we may not have extra sections for those buildings. We can see the town hall coming all the way out to this walkway here, and this walkway going all the way to this building that we're talking about putting in. Perfect. All right. So now we're just waiting for builders, and this is what you do when you're waiting for builders. You plan the rest of the buildings. And I'm going to see for a second what she needs. She still needs cobblestone. She's still waiting for stairs, and she still needs some glowstone, which is in chiseled stone brick. They know how to make those things. Ladders, oak fences, and look how much oak is needed. So she is upgrading the cathedral so that we can upgrade the hotel, from the hospital, not hotel, hospital. And we took away the place where we thought we were going to build dorms. The university, this is so weird because usually the university area is one of the areas that gets done pretty quickly, but it's not getting done quite as fast this time. And the question is, when we put in the barracks, is it going to be a part of the university area? Because we have this whole expansion back here. We could put in the fire department back here, and but definitely the archery competition center could be right in this area, and there's something to think about. Because it's going to be a competition center, we might need it to be right next to this new tavern building here, and have the competition center be here, and have the rest of the university buildings be behind the university in this area here. And I think I kind of like that. Let's look at some archery centers. Let's look at Caledonia since we're here. Let's look at military. I'm not worried so much about the barracks, because if we needed to, so let's see how deep this goes down here. This goes pretty deep, yeah. See how deep this goes into this area? So all of this would definitely be the graveyard. We'll just have to do that. We could go ahead and think about having a barracks over here in this area where the fishery is, and have the archery center, the competition center, be here. So we do have another place where we can put, or we could have it built underground. We could build it underneath the town hall, with the doorway for it being in here. So remember at the end of this right here, there's nothing there for future space expansion. So we'll see what we can do there and see if we want to do something about that. We'll watch how the town hall continues to grow and see if it uses that space. The archery center, having a place for it and having a vision of where it's going to be is important for the placement of the other university buildings. So this is the walkway right here going up to the school, the university. And when I stand here and look, yeah, it does. So we have that. So let's look at Caledonia's military for a second. And let's look at an archery. And let's X, because I don't see anything. Let's come over here where there isn't anything and do military, the archery, level 5. So this is the level 5 archery for Caledonia. So we can see the double tavern sitting right here. And this will be fine. Let's continue for a moment. And that's the Caledonian Archery Center. And where do they walk in? I see that door on this side and the door on this side, so there it is. So in actuality, it would be turned this way and sit right here. Now the cathedral's huge, so this building is not really going to look out of place right here because of how big the cathedral is. One of the things about the Caledonia one is that it looks impressive enough and has places for people to be. And then because archery, they have to live there. So it has the dorm area, although I'm not really keen about that dorm as much. So that's one of them. Let's look at Old English herself. Let's look at Old English and see what their archery center looks like. Level 5. Does that look like it belongs inside a building? Next to, okay. So the archery center is a part of the barracks. There's no question about that. So let's look at the barracks then for a minute and see how big they are. I don't want it to really be, as much as I love this. This is wonderful. And the upstairs area where they are, I definitely love bunk beds. And I love that. It means that I have to do a full barracks right here on this property. Now we're saying the barracks is a fire station. If we put both buildings out here, let's see if that gives us enough space for the barracks. So this is the barracks right here, level 5. So the barracks archery center, let's look at this piece. This goes this way. Turn this around. And this is her barracks piece for Old English. Anyanka's barracks piece for Old English. And it looks like the archery center goes right here. And the combat center on the other side. That's what it's supposed to be. If I had it here, it would be a part of this. It would just be sitting here off of this road piece right here. This yard. That is making another courtyard area right here for them. And put combat on both sides. Put the combat center on one side and the archery center on the other side, and have that just be fitness and competitions. So this is where they do their competitive stuff, and we haven't had a use like that in a long time. We were going to call this fire department, but we can do it as just a competitive center. And the ground comes down to here right now, but it doesn't really. This is sitting here. Let me see. This is 80, 68, which means that if this comes down in this area here, we'd have to have more stairs in this area for it to come down from the cathedral. So it's going to be like one of those European church plazas where they're up or down, and they have all these different stairways where people can sit and things like that. So this is 68 right here. So the building is not going to get farther down than this right here. This is 68 right here. This one right here is 68. And that's 67, and this is 68. So that means this is 68. That's 69. How is that possible? Let's move over here. This is 68. Okay. This is 68 right here. So this is the same as this area over here. And all of this is going to disappear. And I think I'm going to leave this down and have it be plaza for them to get up to. So if this is 68 here, right here, it's not going to go any farther down, and this is where it would be. So let us assign a builder. And I'm doing that so I can put the other buildings here. Look how big this is. Wow. All right, so let's come off to the side, and let's do the archery center. Military, archery on one side, and the other, and let's see if we can figure out which side. Luckily for us, yay, the archery competition center is on this side. Hold on, level 5. Thank you, Shari. Thank you. Study vlog. Nice. Thank you. The buildings belong to Minecolonies, and Minecolonies has lots of different style designers that create the buildings. The thing that you have in your control is which buildings you want to build, where you want to build them. So, which is what I'm putting in right now. So this is the building that I want to be the archery center, and it would come right up to this building like this. So these two would be together as a doorway on this side, and it would be here like this on this side of the building, which is really quite beautiful. So see how it's sticking out in the back here? We're going to have to do some landscaping. We'll have to put in some dirt in this area and have this whole area here come up. so that we can put this here because I like it being here. So we know that the other tavern is sitting right here, which is perfect for the fact that we have this barracks here. And so let us assign a builder. So there's the second building right there. And then the combat center. And all of this is going to be a part of the university. So this is kind of almost more sports than it is military in a city like ours. And the combat academy right here, level 5, and let's turn it, and it's supposed to sit on the building, and let's move it back into place so that we can sit it right where it's supposed to be on this building. So there's the inside of it, and it's going out towards the back also. So let's come down here, and this building isn't here yet, but we need to line them up properly. So let's come here, bring this down. Down too far. And then let's bring it over. And there's the line. So now these two buildings are lined up, and this has this yard area. And how do you get to this yard area? I see this yard area, but how do you get to it? Is that my imagination or what? That's interesting. So this area goes out here and has this yard piece here. Oh, I see. No, that is where it's supposed to be. Look what happened there. Is it supposed to be one over? It looks like it is. There. Does it look like it fits like that? But then it's overlapping. What happens to the wall pieces on that part? Hold on. Let's come in and look. That gives it only one piece and matching, and puts the wall pieces there. Let's bring it out one and have it be double right here. I don't think it's supposed to be like this. I think it's actually supposed to only have the one wall on both sides. But we're giving it the double wall to keep it from overlapping. It's still overlapping some. Look at how much that's overlapping. But that's where it's supposed to be. So there it is. It's not overlapping there. So that would put that like that. But you can already see. Look, you can see it. It doesn't belong like that. It's supposed to be like this. It absolutely is supposed to be exactly like that. And that's how we're going to set it there. So let's hex. No, wait, let's assign a builder. Error, placement, building or decoration partially outside? Oh, we'd have to push the border back for that building. Okay. Okay, let's reset this one. Let's reset the other side of this. So we have this here. Let's pick this up right here. And let's reset the, because I don't think I did that with that one. So let's do the archery, level 5. Turn it this way. And let's bring it over to this building, and there it is. And let's match up those pieces right there. See those? There it is. And there's the match right there. That's the way that building's supposed to be there. And if we go in, we'll see that there's only one block between, and that they share the wall here. And outside, it looks like that. And it definitely matches, the dormers and everything match up in this section right here. So it looks like that. And when we come to here, we can absolutely see these two. And there's just one problem though, people. I have it again. How do they get to the backyard here? One, two. That's not meant to be there. Do they walk around to it? Or does this right here become a door? This becomes a door or something for it. It has to be. And the same on the other side. Okay, now this one, the border is doing this. See where the border is there? So that's working. Let's see if it works this time. Assign a builder. Now we could assign a builder on this one, but we couldn't assign a builder to the other one because this border comes to here, but the border right here is the one that isn't in the right place. So we'd have to build the barracks in order to get that. And that's it, guys. That is all for today. Those are preparations for the future. Maisie, barracks is a part of Maisie's buildings. And Wade is helping a little bit by building the tavern, because the tavern's really a part of his buildings. McKenna is building the town hall, but she also is doing the crafters on this other side over here. They're a part of hers. Wade is doing the train station gatehouse as well, and the school in the school district right here. And we're good to go as far as what builders are going to work on what. And so enjoy your games, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, all of you who were in chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. And yes, we will come back and we will continue working. It started pouring down rain on us. But we will continue working on it and seeing how Trade Post fits in to this old English town. And we've been listening to Dronan's music, and we're going to listen to Vincentius Primus take us out right now. So, bye for now, everyone. Bye for now. Let me see, how do I want to do this? I have a couple things that I could do. Nah, we're gonna go.